I wanted to share a session that Mary did because she was experiencing tightness and pain around her heart, and she was becoming anxious to find a solution. She had already done a few Ask Your Heart app sessions and was repeatedly told by her heart that she was faint-hearted. So she decided that it was time to do the longer version and asked a practitioner to help her get to the bottom of her faint-heartedness. Mary had lost her father 9 months before that to a heart attack, and her grandmother died a few months later. She felt heaviness in her heart, but couldn't really see how that was related to being faint-hearted. She recalled that her father's father died of a heart attack after his business burned down twice, and she thought her grandfather's heart must have just given up. She started to see her grandfather as being faint-hearted as he seemed to lack the courage to move on in the face of so much adversity. And Mary was in the process of selling her home and moving towards an unknown future, and she was now afraid that her grandfather's faint-heartedness had become her own. Mary's Scalar Heart Connection session revealed that the issue was being held in her brow chakra, and the agitated emotion was faint-hearted. No surprise there. Mary's heart informed her that her mind's conditioned response was to overthink and overanalyze. And the positive heart message that the session gave her was, "I am calm and centered." The meridian involved was her nervous system, and the statement needed by her nervous system was, "I trust my inner voice." The level was on the level of spirit, and this informed Mary that her faint-heartedness was an issue of her relationship with her higher self, or universal intelligence. It was related to not trusting an unseen future and the guiding hand that motivates us on an unseen path. It's an adventure for her greater good. Mary's heart told her that the issue was triggered by an event that happened when she was 30 years old, and Mary then recalled that year was 1998, and that was the year that she had decided to separate from her husband and consequently her son. She said, "I had those same pains in my heart. It was horrible. I started to lose faith and didn't know how to move forward, and all I had left of my son was the pain in my heart. But it all turned out okay in the end." Mary got the insight that maybe her mind thinks it is helping her to feel connected to her father and grandmother through the pain in her heart. "Now I'm afraid I might be connected to my father and my grandfather's heart attack," she said. "It is a creation of my own mind, I know that, but keeping me from realizing there is no such thing as separation. It's an illusion." Her practitioner asked her to apologize to her heart for the pain her mind had created, and Mary said, "I can't." Her practitioner asked her to place her left hand on her heart and her right hand on her head, and said, "See and feel the energy flow between your head and your heart." And Mary said, "I can't." "Well, breathe deeply and allow the breath to carry the flow of energy with it between your head and your heart," said her practitioner. "I can see it now," Mary said, "but only when I am breathing." "Ask your head to apologize to your heart," said the practitioner, "as a flow of energy, and see your heart send forgiveness back to your heart. Do that until your head and heart are at peace. Now feel the energy of your son flow from your head to your heart, and from your heart back to your head. Now feel the energy of your grandfather, your father, your grandmother, your future, the entire universe." And with that, Mary, with her eyes still closed, listened to a quantum healing code. And the practitioner said, "When your head and your heart are at peace, you may open your eyes." And Mary reported later that she, soon after the session, sold her house and moved to a foreign country. The pain in her heart and her anxiousness had also gone away.